So then we move into phase 3, and it will be you and Runa. So what will you do?
But I will be. I'm on phase 3, right?
Yes.
Yes, not me.
Yeah, correct. Ola is who I'm talking to. Cosmonaut.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is what I'm doing is trying to untangle his madness right now with my weakened ego.
Uh-huh.
That's the way I see it. It's untangling something. It's not hurting him.
Right.
It's,
right. No, I completely get it. You're often our ego.
Bring up
Here, I
firewalls.
know what to say. Often our ego leads us into paths of fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
We become disconnected from reality that way. If we can let go of our ego a little bit, we can become more centered and aware of what is really happening.
Exactly. So that's what I'm doing, and I from the brief phone call earlier, a couple of minutes ago, I understand that this is family. So I don't want a family to Havsmannen.
Right.
So I don't want him to be like destroyed or something like that. So your suggestion to take it easy and not like burn myself out here is probably the way I'm going at this.
Excellent.
And when it says 8 endurance, is that all just using it?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So I basically do that.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit him. It should not be very hard.
All right. That's
3d6.
3d6. I have. Oh yeah, 15, and I'm not. So it's not, and it's dexterity, and I have dexterity 12.
Right, and he has dexterity of 11, and so you are going to need a 12 or less. So so yes, you come down, and I'm going to say that the waters, are you actually are hitting into the waters and striking into the waters, and it's hard, basically. Maybe it's dispersing. Yeah. The psychic energy is dispersing in his weird field, and you will spend the 8 endurance. Okay.
All right.
Do you want to make a presence attack at this time? Especially given what you said, you have a goal here. You have a purpose. You want to reach him somehow.
This is more of a rule question.
Yeah.
Can I make presence attack and kind of to help Havsmannen?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to say something that I'm trying to a really nice and good one-liner that fits in.
You already said it. Ola, I heard you say it. You already said it. All that stuff about family.
Yeah. So, okay. So this is I'm trying to strengthen him by saying, "Let's take care of your family together." That's my.
Let me also point out that other individuals in vicinity are affected by this presence attack, and that includes Runa. So you're hitting Runa too.
Okay.
The effect will be dropped by one die, but you are hitting him too.
All right.
So just keep that in mind. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You're not going to believe this. You're going to kind of be amazed. But you are going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 presence dice.
Okay. All right.
You are the psychonauts. You are in this psychic situation. You are connecting with a psychically disturbed being. You are hitting his psychological situation that he loves Johannes and other family is his one of his psychological situations. So
So am
and you also we know about how Johannes has been determined to free him from his prison. He's kept his mouth shut, but we know that's what he's been up to. So you are
Oh
hitting
yes.
everybody with a 3 die 6 monologue with this.
is-
So
how,
roll your
how
10
many?
dice.
All right, I rolled them here. It looks pretty good. It's like 3 6s
Ooh, good.
and no ones. So that's like 3 6s is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then, right?
16. No, is that right? No, 3 6s on top of 10 dice. That's 13 total.
That's 6 plus 7. Yeah, 13.
So here's the point: is that you 1, 2, 3, 4. He rolls terribly. I'm going to do Havsmannen in a second. Okay, 13, 9. Yeah. Runa is awed by your. In fact, he will even the telepathic thought is, little thing, you care. I have your ship. It is here.
He's saying that to Cosmonaut.
Yes, he is. And
what-
Runa will lose any held action in their next phase. Will also drop in his he drops all of his defense. He's
Okay.
basically completely non-combative. That's what it says here in the presence effect. Hausmannen, roll 6
Yes. A core roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total.
Okay, so that's eight presence levels are hitting you. That is maximum. You are, first of all, you will lose a whole phase at just the majesty of cosmonauts. He comes in and he's thrown everything, and it's the fact that he missed actually matters, right? The fact that he didn't have any effect, and he's here anyway, and he's not here to kick anyone's ass. He's here for you two, right? This is like you just lose a whole phase. I mean, that's like, dude.
I'm impressed.
And so, and the fact that I mean, you can see it that Runa is affected by this.
Yes.
So effectively, and he has this very small amount left. You then knocking him out and then having him recover broke the meltdown. So that means he wasn't up against the same penalties as you were. You were trying to like do his presence attack on someone who was melted down. That's 3 die 6 against you right there.
But what happened with my presence attack on Havsmannen? What happened?
Well, it says here that he would completely, now in player characters you have a certain amount of leeway, but the technical effect is that you are momentarily completely emotionally overwhelmed by whatever that person is presenting. Now that doesn't mean that his next actions are dictated by that. It's not mind control.
Yeah. I think what Ola was looking for is because you asked when you did it, you asked if you could do it in some way to help me.
Right. Yes,
if you're looking for a sort of boost to me,
there is no mechanical effect, but believe me, you have a +1 bonus from the game master on your next action for that purpose, because that's in the rules.
Moral.
Exactly. You have all sorts of bonusy shit coming your way.
Okay, good.
So basically, it tells me I care, and it says I have your ship. And what just for the next time I get to do, I kind of don't expect Carl Hendrik to understand what the ship is, but I'm waiting for the suit to.
Well, remember, he has that field of telepathy going. You can see what he means. You know where it is, and you know this is where your suit came from, and you know that its former inhabitant his body is down there. He's dead.
Okay.
This is where your suit came from, and now it makes sense that you've had it for about 9 years.
Yes. All right.
We're looking at your origin story, Cosmonaut.
Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty. I'm pretty stunned myself. Also.
Close it there. You guys want to close on that? On this one?
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. And just so you get another idea of how this game works, what do you think you're going to do with 4 more points? And currently, I believe that Cosmonaut has 3 unused points. So that's 7 points that Cosmonaut has.
Yeah.
And that's 4 more for Havsmannen. And you may just sit on them for a little while. That's fine. But do you see how fast they come after all? They don't seem like they do, but you're like, wait a minute, my character I can do shit with these things.
Yeah.
For example, you could start thinking about not burning out so badly.
Yeah.
So, for example, I'm going to roll your burnout just because I feel like it. And I roll under 11, and so, yes, your weaken is gone. Again. So, keeping in mind, if you wanted to change that, you have points to think about for that purpose.
That's burnout severe.
Right. So you could change it to burnout mild, and it will be a few more points, but you could do it.
Because I have 7 points now.
Right.
And so we also said that I could change my flight.
Right. Do you have enough points to shift your flight to regional? Yeah.
But I actually don't think that.
I like it better the way it is. I like you flying around right here and then going regional when you really burn yourself down. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm aiming towards is actually to calibrate my suit power here.
Right.
So I want the weakened ego, the awareness, and the telepathy.
Right. Yeah, you can work with your telepathy. Yeah. Cool.
And now it's involuntary, but I would like it to be more that I can kind of really entangle someone's thoughts and get them less lost.
Right. I know, I get that. So, yeah, it would have been nice to wrap up your opponent and bring him back with you last time, right? For example. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, rescuing. I like that. The Cosmonaut rescues people. That's cool. By the way, are you going to let Honkvisten, the driver, drown?
Fine by me.
So, how about you, Cosmonaut? That seems not like you. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to let them drown. I mean,
it's kind of funny. You say, "Here, let's go rescue these guys," and Hausmann's like, "Maybe tomorrow."
I need to take a breather, maybe. All right.
So
I'm looking.
You don't have to use any points right now. I'm just letting you know, and we can be a little bit enthusiastic about it. Take your time.
Yeah. Last we talked, Ron, we talked about adding stealth as a skill. Right. So I think I wrote that down on my other sheet, but it's not. Maybe I can't find it now. Okay. So.
Well, it's we didn't have the points for it, so.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, but maybe I have now.
But you not quite. You need one more.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll sit on them for a while.
Mean? What does that mean to add stealth as a skill? Not only what do you roll, but what does that mean?
It means quite a bit. It means that it's why La Flecha Dorada could have been hitting you almost at will if it had not been for your awareness and then your successful perception rolls. Stealth means that a person without awareness has no chance to spot you if you make your stealth roll.
You're basically Batman.
Right. You are not. They can attack you from considerable advantage while they are stealthy. They can do things with considerable without you knowing they are doing them.
My question was to more to Ulf. What does that mean for your character? What is what?
Yes. So the thinking was to develop some sort of defense. First, we talked about some sort of ink spray, but that's a little bit weird and more like a direct attack almost, or a smoke bomb thingy. But then we talked about like a camouflage. So basically, it would look like my skin is changing, like a weird fish that sort of camouflages with the background. But instead of buying it as a power,
this considerably large person, whether grown or not, just sort of appearing
it's
and
still
the
really hard to
becoming
see.
clear, right there. And the guy's like,
yeah. So because instead of buying it as a power, because I think when we talked about powers, you were looking at invisibility, and I said it doesn't have to be, actual invisibility. It's just that I'm stealthy and camouflaged. And then we said, well, then just a skill stealth would be enough.
Yeah. That's also good too, because you guys are starting to hit a mathematical limit. Neither of you is there, but if you do any more things with limitations, you'll probably hit that limit. If you calculate your character without the limitations mathematics, with the devising signs, if you calculate your character that way, you will get a higher number of points, of course. And then if you take the ratio of that to the points that you are using, that is called the ratio, and it's on your sheets. And player characters are capped at 119 for the ratio. You can't go above it. You are not allowed. So when you start pushing the ratio, you need to use points in ways that are not limited, so that the ratio will go back down.